Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another new beauty releases video. In case you're not aware about the series, basically I kind of make a list of all the new launches that have come out and do a video here, sit with you and kind of chat with you about what launches I'm excited about, what I'm not excited about, etc. And I've done a lot of videos in this series in the past year. In this year, I've already done one video before and this is going to be my second one. In the first one, I kind of talked to you about all the launches I'm not at all excited about. So it's like full of like anti-haul products basically. In today's video, I'm actually going to share with you some things I am interested in, and then there are some products which are kind of like a maybe. I am dicey about them, and then there are certain maybe products which I'm like convincing myself to not buy, and I'm giving myself reasons why it could possibly be a fail. And then of course there are some products that I'm not at all interested in, which I'll also tell you about. So there is a mishmash of a lot of different types. But anyways, without any further ado, we should dive right into it because we have quite a few things to talk about. So let's just jump into it. The first thing is actually one that was a maybe initially, but again I'm convincing myself that I don't need it, it could possibly be a fail, and this is from Revlon actually. So I was very shocked to see this product because I thought Revlon was like dying down, going out of business completely, because you don't see Revlon products like in stores anymore. You can barely see anything online, but they have come out with the Colorstay Suede ink lipstick, and I would assume it's a liquid lipstick when you say like Suede ink, but it's actually a bullet lipstick. If they came out with this in a liquid lipstick version, I might actually check it out, but since they have launched it in a bullet version, I was kind of maybe about it. I'm like, it looks really nice, but I'm not sure if I should buy it, because if you guys are not aware, I'm kind of moving further and further away from bullet lipsticks, and now I only wear liquid lipsticks. I know that it's not what the trend is right now, but I don't really care about trends if you don't know that about me. I like to use the products that I love, regardless of whether it is trendy or not. And I am a liquid lipstick girl through and through, and I that's the reason I'm convincing myself that I should not buy this and I don't need it. So I'm gonna classify this in the no category, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna buy this. If they do come out with this range, like a liquid lipstick range with the same name, similar colors, like there are beautiful nudes in this range, I might even consider and check it out. So yes, that's the first product I'm not going to be buying. The second product is actually something which, this is like a proper maybe. It's a perfume, so I don't want to like give it a yes or no without testing it, without smelling it, and I don't think it's launched in India yet, but it has launched abroad in the US, and I also believe it's launched in the UK as well. And it is the Black Opium perfume, but it's the over red. So basically it's the cherry version of Black Opium, and a lot of people have given it like a meh review, a lot of people have given it a good review. So I don't really know whether it's going to work out for me personally or not, and I don't like to judge perfumes without testing it out myself. So when it does launch in India, or when I can get my hands on it, potentially I will get my hands on it, test it out, and then decide whether I want to buy a full-size version or not. You guys know I really love cherry scents, so I really want to test it out before I make up my mind and I decide on this one. So till then, it's going to remain a maybe. Then the next launch we have is from Foxtale. This is the Oasis skin repair cream, and this is something which I was thinking about getting, but then I actually got like an email sent from Foxtale saying that I could test out this product, and they sent me a tiny sample of this, which I have been testing out. I'm still using it. I've used it just twice till now, till the time I'm filming it, so I cannot give you a full review on this product yet, but in the 2 times that I have tried it out, I'm actually not a very big fan of it, and like that's my first impressions. And then I also found out that this is actually supposed to be the newer version of the Comfort Zone Rich Moisture Cream, which is my favorite, and that moisturizer is so much better. So I am very gutted that Foxtale discontinued a good product and came out with a newer product that's not as good. So I'm definitely very upset about this Foxtale. I really wish you did not discontinue one of my favorite products, but yes, as of now I don't think I will be purchasing a full size of this, even though I'm very happy and thankful that Foxtale sent it. But I'm very upset that they discontinued my favorite product and came out with a new version which is not at the same level at all. So yes, very upset about that. But if you want to know more of my thoughts on this product, then I will possibly do a review on it, or maybe I'll speak about it in another video where I speak about more Foxtale products as well. So that will possibly come up sometime soon, hopefully, so stay tuned for that. But yes, let's move on to the next launch, and this is actually a beauty brand, and it's the brand Within Beauty, or I think it's called Inside Within, something like that. Like their Instagram handle is different, but I think it's something along those lines. And this like the packaging of this brand reminds me a lot of Drunk Elephant. It's kind of like the Indian version of Drunk Elephant, and I have recently seen a lot of bloggers review it and talk about it, etc. And yes, a lot of the products do look exciting to me as well, so I will possibly buy it. I just don't know when and which products I'll be specifically buying from them, but whatever does interest me, I think I will definitely buy those things, because the packaging is really cute and it looks like it'll be a really nice brand. So yes, this is something I am like partially yes, partially no, because it again depends. I'll buy certain products, I won't buy everything. I'll only buy the things that I'm personally interested in. Then moving on, next we have some launches from Dr. Sheths. I want to quickly mention that my favorite moisturizer from Dr. Sheths, which is the Ceramide and Vitamin C oil-free moisturizer, is now available in a bigger size, in a 100 ml size, and I'm so happy to know that. So I'm going to leave a link down below to the product, and it will be an affiliate link, but this is one of my absolute favorite products, and to know that they now come out with it in a bigger size, I'm so happy. They started with coming out with bigger sizes in the sunscreens, and now I think they're slowly doing it for the moisturizers and like all their cult favorite products. So that's very exciting. So I'm going to leave a link to it down below. Love it, and I will also possibly be buying this very soon, just for myself. But right now, like before this launched, or before I came to know that this launched, I already bought the moisturizer in the smaller size, and I also have their other oil-free moisturizers. So I will go through all of that and then I will purchase this for myself. They also came out with the Ceramide and Vitamin C Daily Brightening and Repair Cream. Now this kind of looks like the same packaging as the Dr. Sheths Kojic and Kesar, or is it Kesar and Kojic acid, their pigmentation cream. Basically it's supposed to be like a spot treatment, or not like a spot treatment, but like a cream which helps with your hyperpigmentation, acne spots, etc. So it's the same packaging, same line, everything, but they have it for the vitamin C and ceramides also apparently. So this particular product I am actually not as excited about, not because of anything else, but I just feel like vitamin C is one of those things which you can incorporate in your routine, and that's great, but it's not like a standout in the sense that it's not an essential for me. Like how I would use retinol every single day, I am not someone who would use vitamin C every single day, and that's why I'm kind of like iffy about it, whether I want to get like a serum kind of a product. Like it would basically substitute my serum, this specific product, in my skincare routine, and I don't think that I want vitamin C to be the serum step in my routine. I would rather prefer like a kojic acid product or a niacinamide product, something like that. That being said, I do want to incorporate vitamin C in some way, possibly in a moisturizer instead of having it in the serum, because I have heard some dermatologists say that vitamin C is also a really great anti-aging ingredient. It's actually not as good for brightening as people think, but it's actually better for anti-aging long term, and hopefully in the next couple of decades I will see the benefits of that. But I would rather prefer it in a moisturizer rather than a serum. So yes, long story short, I will probably not be getting this specific product, just for myself personally. But moving on, next we have one more product from Dr. Sheths, and this is possibly the last one for this video, and that is their Kesar and Kojic acid sunscreen. So I am not surprised that they've come out with this, because they have a sunscreen in the haldi and hyaluronic acid range, in their ceramide and vitamin C range, in their centella and niacinamide range, and I think the only range remaining that they could come out with a sunscreen in is the Kesar and Kojic acid range. Now this is supposed to be a sunscreen which does have some physical filters. That bothers me a little bit, because the last sunscreen that I tried out from them, which was the centella and niacinamide one, also had some physical filters, and that one did not work well for me. So that's why I'm a little bit dicey whether or not I want to try this one. If I see a lot of really good reviews on this product, and if I like see the texture and the consistency and the way it blends on the skin, and if I'm impressed by it, then I might possibly get it. But otherwise I don't think I would be getting this. I also feel like I'm in this place where I've tried out so many sunscreens now, and I just want to stick to my favorites, because I have quite a few favorites. I don't think I need to test out more and more new sunscreens anymore, at least for myself personally. As a consumer, as a blogger, and as a content creator, I think I can constantly keep trying out like a million other sunscreens. But as a consumer, and I feel like I'm a consumer first and a content creator second, that is the reason why I think I just want to take a pause from trying out new sunscreens. And you would have even noticed that I've not done a 5 days 5 sunscreens video in a long time, and that is because I'm not really testing out any new sunscreens. I'm just sticking to the ones that I love. So that's the reason I think this one is going to be a no as well. But let's move on next. I think I'm spending way too much time talking about every individual product, and we need to go a little bit faster. So moving on, next we have some Colourpop launches. Now I did speak about, I think, which product was it from Colourpop that I spoke about in the previous video? The Super Shock eyeshadows. So those were definitely a no for me, which is why I mentioned them in the last video. But there are a couple of launches which I might get, possibly. So the one that I'll definitely get is their loose powder. It's called their no filter setting powder. The eyeshadow palette I was going to get, because I do really love Colourpop eyeshadows, and I've owned multiple ones of them in the past, because I do ask someone to get it for me from the US in the past. I've done that a few times, which is why I've owned a couple of palettes in the past, and I do love their eyeshadows. But I still have those eyeshadows which I got a couple of years ago. I've not used them up. I still own them in my collection, so I want to use them first before I end up buying more. And the only ones that are available on Nykaa by Colourpop are the 9-pan eyeshadow palettes, which are a mix of mattes and shimmers, and I would prefer an all matte palette if I am getting one. And I know there is a palette from Colourpop which is an all matte palette, which I could have gotten when my friend was coming from Canada. I could have just shipped that palette to Canada and asked him to get it for me, which I didn't do, because again, I don't need it right now. So after I use the eyeshadows which I currently have in my collection from Colourpop and from other brands as well, I think after that I might consider buying that Colourpop all matte palette. But I don't think there is anything currently on Nykaa from Colourpop, Colourpop's eyeshadow range, which I'm specifically into. So I'm just going to convince myself to not buy any Colourpop eyeshadows which have shimmers in them, just for the same reason, because I don't tend to use them too much. But then the last one, and this is their Lippie Stix. Now the Lippie Stix I've also tried out in the past, years and years ago, and I did really love them. They're basically like Colourpop's version of a lip crayon, and I do love lip crayons. Even though I'm not a big bullet lipstick fan, I do for some reason really tend to like lip crayons still. So for that reason, I think I might get them, but I would prefer to swatch the shades in a store first, figure out what shade I like. So I hope that Colourpop is carried in some Nykaa stores as well, so I can go there, swatch the shades, and then I might possibly buy it. I don't want to blind buy any of the shades without seeing swatches and end up with a shade that is too light, because especially with international brands, that can tend to happen, is that the shades that you end up buying might wash out your skin tone. It's happened with multiple brands in the past. It's happened with Colourpop, it's happened with Bite Beauty. So specifically when I'm buying from international brands, I'm very cautious about the shades that I'm buying to make sure that they would still suit and flatter my skin tone. So yes, that is that. Let's move on and talk about some more launches which I will not be buying. The first one from the no list is the Aqualogica PH lip gloss. I think they came out with 2 shades, and you guys know I'm not into lip glosses, I'm not into pH changing products, so this one is a very obvious no. The next product which is a no is the Nykaa top coats and base coats. Now this did not have a big launch moment, but I did see it, like I happened to see it through a sponsored ad, and I was quite surprised because I had not heard anything about it. Apologies for the interruption, guys. Anyways, so I was talking about the Nykaa top coats and base coats. So this is something that I found through a sponsored ad, and initially I was like, maybe I will get it, especially because I wanted to get the base coat. Something that I've noticed recently is that when I paint my nails, like some of the nail paints, including Nykaa as well, I have a lot of Nykaa nail paints, they tend to stain my nails, and when I take off my nail paint after a few days / weeks, they leave my nails very yellow. So my mom suggested that just get a base coat and use a base coat first and then put on your nail paint, and it will probably not cause that yellowing and that staining. So that's the reason I was considering getting the base coat, but I didn't notice them selling the base coat individually. If you're buying this, you have to buy the top coat and the base coat together. At least that's what I think, and I don't want to buy a top coat if I don't need a top coat. So for that reason, I might possibly not buy this specific base coat. But if you do know of like a good base coat brand and product that is out there, please leave your suggestions and recommendations below. I'm looking for something that will prevent my nails from getting that yellow staining. So yes, do leave your suggestions down below. But if I see them sell this individually, I will probably get the Nykaa base coat, just not the top coat. So that is that. Then moving on, next we have one more Aqualogica launch, and this is actually a maybe, but I think it's going to be a no, just for me personally, and that is the Aqualogica Illuminate sunscreen. Now I'm currently testing out the D-tan sunscreen, which I'm using and really loving. I'm wearing it today as well under my makeup, and I was actually surprised to notice on the website when I was doing some research is that the ingredients of the Aqualogica D-tan sunscreen are the exact same as the Aqualogica Illuminate sunscreen. Now I'm not like surprised, because it's happened in the past as well, where I feel like the Hydrate sunscreen and the Glow sunscreen from Aqualogica are basically the same. Now when I tried out the D-tan sunscreen, I did really like it, and while I found it to be very similar to the Glow sunscreen, I didn't find them to be the exact same. And when I was comparing the ingredients on all the 4 sunscreens, I feel like it's not the exact same. Like the Glow sunscreen and the D-tan sunscreen is not the same. But when I saw the D-tan sunscreen in comparison to the Illuminate one, it was like literally copy paste kiya hua, pura ka pura same. The only difference is like their highlight key ingredients that they talk about. Like I think it's got cherry tomato, the D-tan one, and the Illuminate one of course has the berries and the alpha butane etc. So that is different. But uske alawa jo main actual sunscreen ingredients hai, those are like मतलब डिट्टो का डिट्टो सेम पूरा का पूरा कॉपी पेस्ट किया हुआ है, एक भी इधर उधर नहीं नोटिस करोगे आप. And this is something you can also check for yourself on the Aqualogica website. They have an ingredients section. Just look at both of them like side by side, compare करके अगर तुमको कुछ difference मिला ना, तो please come back to me and let me know कि ये difference है, because मैंने जो पढ़ा पूरा का पूरा डिट्टो का डिट्टो सेम है. So I'm like, if I already have tried out the D-tan one, which I really like, I could just repurchase that and buy that. Why do I have to try out a new one? And why do they even have to come out with a new one? मतलब ये ज़रूरी नहीं है कि हर रेंज में तुम हर product include करो. And even if you are doing it, at least there should be some difference. I don't find a lot of difference between the different Aqualogica sunscreens, apart from like the Radiance one. That is quite different from the others, but बाकी सब मुझे 19-20 का ही फ़र्क लगता है. And ये तो दोनों ही सेम है, like just ditto same. So yeah, that's the reason the Aqualogica Illuminate sunscreen, the new one, is going to be a pass from my side. Then we have some Plum launches. Surprisingly, there were not as many Plum launches. I feel like in today's video we had more from Aqualogica, from Dr. Sheths, etc. Actually, we have some more Dr. Sheths also, but let's quickly talk about some from Plum. So they launched the smoking vanilla EDP. The body mist, I guess, went viral. It became very popular, so they did come out with the same scent in an EDP version. Now, because I've heard a lot of comparisons between the Kayali vanilla scent and the Smokin vanilla from Plum, that is the reason why I am not really into the Smoking vanilla, because I have tried out Kayali vanilla, and even though it's a great scent, it's not my personal favorite actually. So yes, that is probably why I will not be getting Smokin vanilla, but I do want to test out the other scent that they launched along with Smokin vanilla EDP, which is called their Tulips Don't Lie. So this sounds like a really interesting floral scent, and I have not smelled like a tulip based scent ever, so I want to probably go to a store, try out their Tulips Don't Lie fragrance and see what it's like, and then I will decide whether I want to buy it or not. Then moving on, next we have a Dot & Key launch, another sunscreen, and another sunscreen which I'm going to skip just because I've not had a great experience with any Dot & Key sunscreen that I've tried. So वो बोलते हैं ना कि दूध का जला हुआ छाछ भी फूक फूक के पीता है, दैट इज़ हाउ आई फील अबाउट Dot & Key सनस्क्रीन्स. सो क्योंकि मैं इतनी बार जल चुकी हूँ, इसलिए मेरे को अभी कोई रिस्क लेना नहीं है उसके साथ. But they did come out with their Blueberry Hydrate Barrier Repair Sunscreen. It is supposed to be in the same range as my favorite Dot & Key Barrier Moisturizer, which I absolutely love. But when it comes to sunscreen, I take that very very seriously, और मैं कोई भी risk नहीं लेती. So just like I said earlier in the video about the Kojic acid sunscreen from Dr. Sheths, I feel like similarly with this also, just because previous Dot & Key sunscreens have not worked out for me, I don't want to take any kind of a risk with this one. So that's the reason it's going to be a no from my side. And then we have another sunscreen, so let's talk about them all together. Plum also launched a sunscreen when they did their recent sale. I think it was called the Festival of Goodness sale. I think I'm saying the name right. It was in January. So this is the Plum Squalane and Vitamin E Dewy Bright Sunscreen SPF 50. Now I would not have bought this any which ways, because it says like Dewy Bright Sunscreen SPF 50, and I'm like, dewy sunscreens not really up my alley. I'm someone who prefers a more mattifying, like satin-ish finish, like skin-like finish kind of a sunscreen. Dewy is a big like no word for me. It's like a red flag. Dewy dekh liya to fir I'm like nahi chahiye mujhe. So that's the reason I would not have bought it any which ways. But like I said earlier, I have tried and loved enough sunscreens which are going to like be enough for me for a while. Possibly this entire year, maybe even. I don't know. I don't want to speak too soon, but I'm not going to be trying out any new sunscreens at this moment in time, because I'm just happy with the ones that I know and love. So yeah, that's going to be a no from my side as well. Moving on, we have another Dr. Sheths product, a new launch, and this is also from the Kesar and Kojic acid line. This one is actually their serum. So they have the cream, which I told you about earlier that I love, and this one specifically is like a water-based serum. So since their Kesar and Kojic acid cream has worked really well for me, I'm actually considering getting the serum as well. I've not tried out any other water-based serum from Dr. Sheths before, so I don't really know what they are like, but I'm like, okay, let's test it out and see. It might be really good, I don't know. So this one might be a maybe. Let's see. I'll still keep it on my wish list, and possibly when they have their next sale, when I end up placing an order, I might consider buying this one as well if I need something like that at that point of time, like an anti-pigmentation focused product basically. So yeah, I'm kind of losing my voice over here actually, and we do have quite a few launches which I know I'm not going to be able to cover everything in today's video. So I think we will just end with the last two Dermaco launches, and both I'm going to definitely be getting. So yes, we can end on a good note. These two are from like they're basically moisturizers, and while I've taken a break from testing out new sunscreen, I'm still loving trying and testing out new moisturizers. So we have two moisturizers from Dermaco which I will be getting. One is an oil-free moisturizer. It is called their Dermaco Oil-Free Daily Face Moisturizer. Well, that's a very obvious name, and I'm excited to see how this one compares to the Dr. Sheths oil-free moisturizers, which are my favorite. And then they also have one which kind of reminds me of the Dot & Key skin barrier repair face cream that I just told you a couple of minutes before about. This one is called their 4% Urea Deep Moisturizing Cream. So I don't want to compare it to some of my favorite more thicker, heavier moisturizers and see how it suits and how it works for the night time. So these two I will be getting the next time Dermaco does a sale, and I will try and test them out for you guys and let you know what they're like. But yes, that is it for the video. I'm basically completely losing my voice at this point and I cannot talk anymore. So yeah, thank you so much for watching you guys this video, and let me know which of these you're interested in. If you'll be buying anything that I'm not buying, definitely make sure to leave your thoughts down below on those products, because I'm sure it will be insightful and helpful for other people to read as well as me. And yes, if you're excited to try out and see my review on any of the products that I am excited to be buying as well, let me know that also, because it does motivate me to make that purchase a little bit quicker than I would otherwise, knowing that people want to see my review on that as well. So I will probably buy it sooner rather than later. But yes, I'm done. I can't talk anymore. So yes, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye bye.